Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Here you can see this 2013 Toyota Highlander Limited. She has approximately 214,000 miles on the odometer. Limited is leather, wood, JBL system. It's a really nice car. It's in pretty good shape for 214,000 miles on the odometer. She will be up for sale pretty soon. The owner is making changes, and the owner had recently some problems which I related to electrical system. So she had like missed startups or intermittent startups. Thought maybe alternator is bad, She was trying to fix it herself. She replaced the battery. The battery is new. You can see 0125. We are in 0325 right now. So I think this battery is only months old. And she was trying to do it herself, to diagnose and figure it out. But it came time for the engine oil change, brake jobs. You can see the brakes down there. And she mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, what's happening with it? And first thing, I came here outside with her in the parking lot, the negative terminal. Come on, baby girl. Why you will not cooperate with Uncle Peter? So the negative terminal was totally perfect and tight. She made sure it was tight. Okay, we will put it on the side. But the positive, I grabbed the positive terminal. I saw immediately the cover was not on it even. And I saw immediately it's some Frankenstein aftermarket junk, and it was not tight. I will show you here. Here we have it, everything nicely ready. And basically it was this way. So as you saw, these OEM wires which are still there, this bolt and this nut was loose. And the bolt was kind of squeezed inside of this lead, so she couldn't really deal with it. This is aftermarket remnant. This is not the whole thing, because there is a part of it missing, and it was made for different battery terminal. Unfortunately, somebody used this incorrectly. It's basically, if you look at it, it's made for a wire. The roll wire, which you put right here, and then you put on the top another part, and you squeeze it with 2 bolts and 2 nuts, and the wire holds inside. So that's not for Toyota. Doesn't belong there. Unfortunately, it caused her a lot of problems. And if she brought it in, maybe I was able to help her with all of that and avoid all these problems. That's only maybe. So today, my friend, we will do the right thing. We will put the matching positive battery terminal, which is matching for this Toyota vehicle. Obviously, not on all Toyotas these terminals are the same. It's not true. There is evolution as the design is being changed. But for 2013 Highlander, it is the correct solution. So if you look here, this is basically as I removed it. I did it without you, I'm sorry. I needed to disconnect it and see what's up with it. So we will install this one. This is the correct way. And I can tell you this will work. This will work correctly, and she won't have any problems after that. Now the question is, obviously it should be this way. If you look at it, we know where the bolts goes. The bolts always goes this way to the left. It's on the negative, the nut not on the bolt goes to the left, and here it should be the same way. I'm thinking if I shouldn't flip it, because then it will be obvious for everybody if it gets loose. People can see it and they can deal with it easier. Instead of if I hide it under again, it will be hidden, it can get loose, and the same situation will happen again. So let's do this together. This is aftermarket. It's a doorman part from O'Reilly. I needed it immediately, so I will be not waiting for Toyota part. But this is OEM match, so I have no problem with this. This will work, and it may last for the rest of the life of this Highlander, depending where it will be and how it will be maintained. So let's go install it together. Anytime you deal with these areas and you have some intermittent electrical problems, always make sure that all the surfaces are perfectly clean and you don't have any corrosion on the terminals, because that will successfully hinder the flow of the electricity, and you possibly have the intermittent problem. It might be intermittent starts and so on. So cleanliness of these terminals and the wires is extremely important. It's nice to have some metal brush. And if this part is made of 2 layers, oh my, make absolutely sure you separate these layers and clean between, because this is exactly what I'm trying to explain here. Never skip that. This, and especially under, this is extremely important. And this is great opportunity when it's off, because now the radio will lose all the settings and I don't think anything has to be initialized like the windows or sunroof, but because it's a relatively older vehicle, we have 2025, so it's 12 years old. It shouldn't be too sensitive yet to disconnecting battery. It's also, we are lucky, you don't have to reprogram a bunch of stuff. You need to scan and start reprogramming the whole vehicle, otherwise it will not run correctly. Like on that super high-end modern vehicles, that's today's reality. What is this, 12? Oh Peter, you don't know anything. It's a 13. It's a 13, this baby. So, what do you say? Shall we put it below and have it nicely hidden? Or shall we put it on the top? Let's see the both variants. Yep, so the contact will be perfect. The nut seems to be having plenty of grip. If I put it this way, actually this stud could be rubbing into the battery, so no matter what I said that normally the nut goes out, I will install it this way. If the nut will goes up. So I will actually first put it on the battery, and now when it's still loose, I didn't torque it. Now I have that plate. I can feel the cable, the positive cable. What is the best position for it? And I will put this washer, and here is that 13. I'm happy I had the time to show it to you and share this with you. Many times I end up running out of the time. Look at it. This will totally make sense. It's very visible. Don't yank on these things too much because the terminal itself not super strong. So don't grab a big ratchet and start to tighten it as hard as you can so it will never get loose. That will be a mistake. So common sense here. This should be 10, this one, like on the negative terminal. Let's see if the doorman really did the Toyota spec. Yes, it is, my friend. So I made sure this whole terminal is all the way down. Sometimes people put these anti-rust pads. It's a one round pad here, one round here. I don't have it for her. She brought it to me this way. So we will install it. Now, when you're installing the battery, you always start with positive terminal and then you install the negative. When you disconnecting the battery, you start with negative and then you remove the positive. So it's a vice versa. It's easy to remember because removal, which is negative, is a negative, and install or adding positive first. So you can use that and you will never forget what goes first. Again, this is the same. Pay attention to the torque of the tool. Don't try to crush or break anything here. I'm not saying it's weak or fragile, but it's also not a huge chunk of metal. So careful, common sense. I will recheck this 13. Again, look how I'm holding the ratchet. I will be not yanking at it here. I just feel it. Believe it or not, that's also possible to break off. So these terminals made of lead on the battery, don't be hard on them. How do I know? I once almost broke one off because the situation in the vehicle dealing with the completely seized and rusted terminal, and as I was working on it, trying to lose it, I saw this whole terminal started shifting slightly sideways. I knew that's it, I'm done, and I had to completely redo my work. So we know that's torqued. Here is the protective cap, which is supposed to prevent anybody from throwing the wrench on the negative, which is the body, and touching the positive when it's connected. So that's why it is here. Now we will able to install the negative terminal. It's always good to clean inside. There is a special tool for that. I can show you. You can buy it at the aftermarket stores. Where I have. This is for cleaning the battery terminals when you work on the battery. So this is for here, but they didn't forget about this area. There is a brush inside, so you can clean this, or you should, and only after that you will have that perfect connection. Always make sure this terminal wire is open enough so you can put it all the way down. How many times I see neglected installs and that this clamp, it's like halfway up and it's not all the way in. So nicely all the way in, feel everything, and only after that use the 10mm. And again, with using common sense and correct care, carefully torque this 10mm. There's not enough space for ratcheting 10mm. So I rather take a little bit more time with this. I know you are waiting. You're like, Peter, you will never make any money, Peter. If you work this way, Peter, you will never make any money. So we have it nicely torqued. That should be enough. This battery and this vehicle, I can tell you, will not have intermittent starts anymore. This vehicle will have no problems because we fixed positive terminal on 2013 Highlander. When I came, and I'm sorry, this nut was under and this whole thing was just moving around. So I didn't show it to you because it happened yesterday in the driveway. Meanwhile, I took it off to be able to see everything and order the parts. So that's why you didn't see that every single step of it. Let's go in the cabin and see if we did a good job. And this is Fancy Limited. We discussed that. Look at this beautiful logo here. It's actually really nice vehicle. I will buy this all day long. But you know, that already happened. My wife is driving the same thing, except it's two-wheel drive and she has no limited. So what it means? Well, she doesn't have a JBL. She has different stereo. She has actually bigger. It goes all the way here, but she doesn't have that push button for the engine start. If you don't have limited version in this year, it doesn't have that. She also has the leather seats, but they are not perforated this way. The seats are heated in the other option, but the leather is not perforated. It's just a black leather. So, foot on the brake pedal, and will it start? Of course, it was disconnected. This may freak out somebody. Somebody who doesn't know the cars might say, "Oh my God, what happened? It's broken." Now, it's normal when you disconnect this vehicle completely from battery. It may take few starts until the engine will idle perfectly again. So let's see again. The idle will be high. It's absolutely normal. Never idle this vehicle in the closed garage. Make sure the fumes from the exhaust can go out. And I guarantee you, we are running 1475, something like that RPM. It will settle, it will go down. We have orange light because I just did the engine oil change, engine oil and filter change, and I didn't put the sticker yet, and I didn't reset the system. Obviously, you know why, because the battery was not connected. So after I will finish this video, I need to make sure sticker and recent maintenance, so the customer will not drive away from here and think I'm crazy and I cannot just do a few simple steps. So really nice car, guys. So thank you for watching this video. I hope somebody will find it helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumb up and stay tuned. Be subscribed so this channel stays alive and you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.